Yeah. How stupid would you feel if you missed the Super Bowl because you wanted to get a haircut? A sport where you're wearing a helmet. I mean, a fade? A fade is a route you should be studying in your route tree. Do you see my hair? Do you think this is a choice? Do you think I walked into the barber and said, give me the crap rock? Make me look like Lifehouse? I don't think so. I'd get it cut by Sweeney Todd right now. I don't care. Unless, of course, I was playing in the Super Bowl this week. Then I'd wait. Welcome back to Odd Man Sports. Most beautiful show on earth. I'm your host, Brandon Perna. I'm also the host of That's Good Sports, and That's Good Broncos, and That's Good Pineapple. You pick a good noun, fill up a sack full of Tubman 20s, and provide an unlimited Blazer budget, and there's a good chance I'll host a YouTube show for you. Well, it happened. Your so-called GOAT, Tom Brady, now has 4 Super Bowl losses. One more than Bradshaw, Montana, Steve Young, Marino, Aikman, Brett Favre, and both Manning brothers combined. Wait, God damn it, Gary? This is next week's script. Well, the Super Bowl is on Sunday, and the lead up to the big game has felt different this year, with both teams and their fans staying at home trying to hide from invisible particles. Another change: for the first time ever, before the game, a poem will be delivered by Amanda Gorman, the country's first National Youth Poet Laureate. Not to be outdone, I too have written a few laureate words about the big game. Hold on. Now, I hope you like it, as it was inspired by Yeats. Field Yates. Hickory dickory dock. All Gronk does now is block. And Tom Brady, he can suck my... Time for Dinks and Dunks, where I discuss mostly NFL news in a week with 0 NFL games. And a quick bookkeeping note: just because the NFL season is ending doesn't mean this show is too. Oh, you thought I was just a fake football host, didn't ya? Turns out I can pretend to know about all of professional sports, just like Stephen A. Smith. I'm talking about a huge Nolan Ryan Rockies trade this week. I'm thinking about Sean Kemp in the paint against LeBron in Matumbo. And what's Wayne Gretzky up to on the ice court these days? People still think he's better than Mario Lemieux? Friday, I bought this shiny new ball cap to support the local team here in Denver, Arenado. And then on Saturday, the Colorado Rockies trade my favorite player and best third baseman in all of baseball to the St. Louis Cardinals. And while most Rockies fans thought this trade stunk, I for one get it. Ticket revenue is gonzo, and if another team is going to offer you 2 prospects and $50 million for your third baseman, how can you not consider it? What's that? The Rockies sent $50 million to the Cardinals? Well, were the 2 players the Rockies got in return considered can't-miss future stars? No. Both prospects are described as slapdick? Well, slapdick sounds exactly like what us Rockies fans are feeling right now. In fact, I'd like to slap Dick Monfort's dick right off his stupid torso. In a calendar year, the Red Sox traded Mookie Betts, the Indians traded Francisco Lindor, and the Rockies traded Arenado. To these owners grow up like, someday, I hope to be rich enough to own a team and not pay everyone's favorite player. It's like they have a kink for being hated and getting yelled at by angry fans. Now, LeBron James might have a similar kink. This woman was kicked out of a Lakers Hawks game after getting into a cursing match with LeBron James.
LeBron James looked at my husband during the game and cussed him out, and I stood up and I go, don't fucking talk to my husband. Talk to my husband one more time and I will fuck you up.
Dubbed the courtside Karen by the king himself, said she would fuck up LeBron after he told her rather elderly husband to repeatedly shut the fuck up. He also used such terms as old ranky ass and old steroid ass. All I know is that this couple is the modern day Bonnie and Clyde. And it doesn't matter how many generations separate these lovebirds because their hearts and their checking accounts are now one and the same. Now in the only news that matters, NFL news, the QB carousel is starting to speed up. And quarterbacks are flying off every which way. Goff and Stafford switch teams, and Jimmy G may be the next man up, with San Fran reportedly showing interest in Kirk Cousins. Now a piece of advice to the Niners. Showing interest in Cousins is fine, even understandable, as long as you don't officially make a move. Cousins can seem appealing, especially after a couple of glasses of wine, but once it's consummated, your life becomes a stream of strangers yelling, "You like that?" at you everywhere you go. Shifting from incest to incensed, Deshaun Watson's trade me demands haven't softened, and the question is now, how much bounty will the Texans be able to extract for him? Long gone are the days when superstars like Khalil Mack warranted 2 firsts. Today's asking price now, at least according to Colin Cowherd, is 4 first-rounders and Darren Waller and Derek Carr. While they're asking for the moon, the Texans might as well also demand Mark Davis's personal barber. Can't get COVID if even the virus is terrified to be alone with your bowl cut. And while Watson's status remains unanswered, the Texans are making moves. Over the weekend, the team hired former head coach Lovie Smith, who hasn't been in the league or seen since back-to-back losing seasons in Tampa in 2014 and 2015. Disappearing from the headlines for a couple years, only to re-emerge with a giant gray beard is such a strong move. It worked for David Letterman, and it's working for Lovie. And it will absolutely be working for me when I make my triumphant return in 2028 on Blue Envelope, Ding Dong, or Toilet Talk, whatever nonsense platforms the kids are on. Money Talks! With Super Bowl parties limited this year, there's a decent chance you'll just be watching the game with your significant other. If this is the case, here are some fun prop bets you can place to keep things spicy. Prop bet number 1. During the first puppy commercial, will your significant other ask, "Should we get another dog?" That's minus 225 right now and is as close of a lock as you'll find. Prop bet number 2. On which drive will your significant other make a comment about the player's butts? First drive, minus 125. Second drive, minus 100. And you can't get odds on any other drives. Prop bet number 3. What quarter will your significant other ask, "How many yards again for a first down?" Followed by you then saying 10. Followed by them saying, "I know, I was just kidding. Do you think I don't know anything about football?" Followed by you saying, "Honey, let's just watch the game." Followed by them reminding you that they beat you in fantasy football this year. Followed by you accidentally taking a bite out of a chew toy for the puppy you got after last year's Super Bowl. It's not a personal story. If the Bucs do lose the Super Bowl, is there a prop bet for how quickly it takes Giselle to blame Scotty Miller for the loss? That's the one I want to bet on. And I do have an announcement. There's a way for you to win some serious real-life cash on the Super Bowl. The Game Day is having our in-house gambling expert, Kenny Betts, place $5,000 in bets on the game. All proceeds will be awarded to one lucky Instagram follower. And judging by the amount of followers on the account, the odds of winning are, shockingly good. Shit, with these odds, I'm throwing my Rockies hat into the ring. Good thing I've got a backup in case I do lose it. All you have to do is go to @thegameDayNFL on Instagram and click the link in the bio. Odd man out. Now, even though Super Bowl 55 is technically in 2021, symbolically, in many ways, it's the final event of 2020. This year's big game will be remembered as the COVID Bowl, with Bucs and Chiefs fans not descending on Tampa for a week of revelry. Though, to be honest, after recent events, I think we're all okay with not seeing large groups of excited people in red hats congregating. This year's pandemic led to the cancellation of the Pro Bowl and the NFL Combine, and in the indignity of indignities, Super Bowl Media Day was held virtually, which sadly cut way down on the shenanigans pulled. The exception being the appearance of this convincing Rachel Maddow impersonator. Now, I know what you're thinking. I conduct meetings over Zoom all the time. I did Thanksgiving and Christmas over Zoom. And yes, that is true, but I promise you, it's just not the same hearing a backup tight end's answer to the question, is hockey a water sport or an ice sport? And then watching their brain melt. So, to make myself feel better, I went online to watch old Super Bowl Media Day videos. This one from Indianapolis in 2011 was literally the first one I clicked on.
Media Day at the Super Bowl is when it becomes clear that the big game is no longer just for football fans. This reporter wants to know the population of the world.
I'm going to say 1 billion.
I'm going to go ahead and throw the challenge flag at that answer. Not to be outdone, here's Osi Umenyiora of the Giants.
I was asked how to spell Belichick. Yeah, I missed the L, and I added an extra K.
So you spelled it Beichickk? And how about this guy, who made an artist's rendering of Tom Brady's face after his plastic surgeon accidentally transplanted his testicles onto his chin? And since this video was pre-Me Too, it just needs a blatant TNA shot for no reason at the end to wrap it all up.
Super Bowl 46 kicks off Sunday night.
Yeah, perfect. Now, I will admit, having this year's Super Bowl in a Florida ghost town during a raging pandemic feels somewhat less than perfect. But if Tampa Tom blows the game late with a pick six on a noodle-armed out route, all will feel right in the world, even if only for a couple minutes. And that's it for today.
Super Bowl 46 kicks off Sunday night.
Yeah, perfect.